Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're jumping in on the review of Bless Unleashed. Bless Unleashed has been done quite a few times, and almost every time we play it, we expect to see something different. However, it doesn't change that much. Does that make it a good or bad game? Well, let's hit the review and see. I'm not gonna lie, I threw this in here because I thought it was cool that I was riding around on a pretty colorful ostrich. Nice. So one of the biggest issues with Bless Unleashed is the ability to buy these consumables that would allow you to get experience faster, level up quicker, and rush through the game better than other people who didn't spend money. Another thing is you have the ability to buy little scrolls that allow you to revive as quickly as you are down, which you get in the game, but if you want to spend the extra dollar, well, you can do it. You can do it more. That's the big hassle with the game, is that you can pay to win certain things. But that's not what Blessed Unleashed is all about. This is another little piece of the, I guess you could consider a pay to win. You can go to this ancient altar and you can spend these little cards you get to purchase things that help your blessings, which you'll learn more about later on, be more powerful and level up faster as well. Okay guys, to be honest with you, I'm a little split on this part. Combat feels cool, looks great, but because it doesn't feel great and only feels cool, there are moments where I'm not really happy or satisfied with the way combat works. Your auto-targeting or your AI for a lock-on feature, albeit is kind of cool, it kind of sticks sometimes, and when you're dodging and weaving and bobbing around, it doesn't give you the best angles because you can't snap out of the angle. But if you're not using it, you run the risk of casting spells and completely missing. So it's one of those double-edged swords. Now, another thing that this game does is the combos that you put out are kind of timed. So you can't just click, 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 click. And I know you guys know exactly what I mean by that. You have to kind of time your clicks, and there's an animation. If your character's in the middle of an animation, it makes it where you can't do certain spells or abilities. Now, what's still cool is if you're in an animation and you're about to get smacked in the face by some ungodly beast you're about to battle, well, you can still dodge and roll out of that, and it'll just cancel the animation for you. This is where your blessings do come in handy. Your blessings kind of help with dealing damage or proccing, you know, what you would call it, a buff for your character or a debuff for the enemy. Based on what those blessings are, your character's going to do different things, so it kind of lets you fit to different playstyles. I appreciate that they did this in the game because it would get monotonous doing the same things over and over. So the blessings go with your character, which then your character creates his own playstyle, and then you get to enhance those abilities based on your playstyle, which is just it's just nice. Overall, it's nice. And what would an MMO be if it didn't have world-like events? So you can run around this massive world and find enemies just fighting. And it's kind of like a raid to an extent because you've got like 30 other people battling this huge boss that is like a world event for everyone in the area. I really like that about it. It's just cool to be able to engage in a boss fight with other people. Another really cool thing about these little boss fights that you get into, sometimes they're like a private instance for the people that are in the area, but each time you defeat them, you get a timed rank, as to say. Whoever does it fastest will be the highest on the rank list, which is a competitive way to still play by yourself. And on top of that, you're able to score new pieces of gear by doing these missions as well, so the gear may or may not be better than what you're already wearing. The harder the boss, the better the gear, but you can bite off more than you can chew and get beat down very badly if you're just jumping into hard boss battles without being prepared. The game's reward system isn't that terrible. I mean, just by running around, scavenging, fighting little guys, fighting big guys, you can get equipment and stuff, which is good. And we all know how annoying it is to get all that crap that you can't do anything with, and you gotta find a vendor to sell it, or blah 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 blah. But this game actually gives you a quick and easy way to salvage the majority of what you have if you're not going to use it. Quick and easy. Poof. The skill side of this game isn't half bad. You've got blessings, you've got skills, you have combos, and you have class skills that you can level up and progress with as you continue to play the game. This is why I actually like this game. it has something to work towards outside of just buying it, right? So the more you play, the more you grind, the more you kill, the more you do, the more you're rewarded within the game. Now, some would say you're not really getting rewarded because if you just go spend some money, well, then you can just buy all that stuff. And that is true. But the type of gamer I am, even though buying's an option, and that's cool for anybody who wants to do it, I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to work hard and try to get it myself. And I typically play MMOs like this by myself anyway, so I'm not trying to race anybody in player versus player or the fastest dungeon runs or anything like that. For me, the pay to win part of this game, I don't really care about. This is what the meat and potatoes are to me. The character progression, which should be the most important part about playing a game anyway. On to the sticky stuff. I sped through the story as quickly as possible to kind of like get as far as I could to understand some of the things. My least favorite thing about this game is when you get into a cutscene and they're talking, well, you're reading. They might say one little set amount of words, but they're not really digging into doing the voice overs and all the things you think you would get out of an MMO that would make it delightful and cool and really engaging, like you're a part of it, like they're talking to you. Instead, you might get these little voice boxes over their heads, and it just really would have been nice to hear him say "useless fool" as he wrecked that person, but we didn't get it. The game story is a little blurry, but all in all, I really do enjoy the combat aspect of it. You can play by yourself, you can play with others, you can do quite a few things in the game. So it's not that it's terrible, and I don't know why everybody expected it to be something that it already wasn't. This game's been ported multiple times, so we kind of are where we are with it. But in my opinion, you need to get out there, you need to play it. It's absolutely free to play. But really, just the recap. The game isn't done perfect. It isn't done super well. It doesn't really bring anything phenomenal to the table that we haven't already seen in a video game before. I mean, let's be honest, the game has been done twice now. So when it came out to Xbox as an exclusive, when it came to PlayStation 4, and now that it's released on PC, we honestly didn't get a new game. We really got a port. However, I still find it quite fun to play a new game. I'm all about maxing characters out and seeing what a game really has to offer. When you think of Blessed Unleashed, it's fun to play. Is it pay to win? Maybe, because you can level up faster and get your healing scrolls and such, but you don't actually have to spend any money to earn those items. If you want to play just to enjoy the story, enjoy the grind, enjoy an MMO for what it is, Blessed Unleashed is still a great game for you. It's got a few kinks in there, and when it comes to combat and how it feels sometimes, and especially on the keyboard and mouse, it doesn't go perfect. It's really well on a controller, but I don't really care to play MMOs on a controller. All in all, Blessed Unleashed, it's worth playing. Is it worth spending money on? That's really up to you. Is it worth being the game that you main as far as your MMO? Again, it's really up to you. For me, I really enjoy playing it. I think it is visually nice. It does play well. It could be better. I highly doubt they'll bring any improvements, but as it is now, I still play it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.